the 9-year-old boys walking out with their lunch, and we didn't get lunch.
Really?
Like, a 9-year-old kid is getting lunch, and I'm a first team player, and I'm not getting a lunch. It was literally.
All right, let's talk about your start. And you were born and raised in Reading, right? How was that growing up there?
I mean, I can't really complain. It's a good area. It's close to London. I have a real good group of friends in Reading. That's where I grew up playing football, so I can't moan. I mean, there's not that much to do, so if you were to live here now at my age, I'd probably say no. But when you're 15, it's fine.
Do you remember the first team that you played for, and what was that like?
So I always debate with my mum about this because I thought my first team was like a Sunday league team, but apparently I played for Reading first. So Reading was my first ever club, but I don't understand how that would have worked.
Well, maybe if because I remember, I don't know if it's the same for the girls, but for the boys, they used to have like Reading development centers, I remember. So you used to go to the stadium, and then I think they had like a little AstroTurf pitch on the side. I don't know if they still have that there, but we used to go there, and there was like tournaments, etc. So maybe, I don't know, maybe you were playing for some type of team there. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was like 8, I think. So I started off either Sunday League or Reading. I think they maybe like overlapped, but I'm not sure which way. And I was at Reading till I was 15, I think.
Yeah.
16. So I spent quite a long time there, and I learnt a lot there, so it was good.
Yeah, obviously it's not, for you, probably not much travel. How was it working your way up there? Were you always a good player, or would you say you grew into yourself as you got older?
Honestly, I was awful till I was about 14, 15. I was like on the verge of probably getting released every year.
Really?
I was awful. Like, so basically how it would work is they would call you to schedule a meeting or something, or I think when I was younger they would call you to say if you're getting a new contract or not. And like I remember every year it would be all my family sat around the phone in the front room waiting to see if like I'd get a new contract. It was never like, yeah, she's definitely going to get one. And then I don't know, something just flipped when I was like 15, and I started to get a little bit better, and then really grew into it when I was like 17.
So when you started to like get better and grow into it and everything like that, so how long of a time were you still at Reading before you went to Chelsea?
So basically this whole thing in women's football where Reading lost their license, which means I didn't really know the rules and regs, but basically if the club that you were playing for didn't have a license, you weren't allowed to play for England. Mm-hmm. And this was the year that I was just getting into England. So I think I was about 14.
Okay.
I had 1 year to sort myself out, to like work out where I was going to go. And it was between Chelsea and Arsenal.
Okay.
And my dad couldn't take me, and my mum was super busy. So it was literally just going with the closest one. And I ended up going to Chelsea, and I was there for 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
Longer than that, 7 years. So, yeah, 2 good clubs. When I was growing up, I was lucky.
Yeah, and they're both like round the corner from each other, from you, sorry. So it's not much traveling as well. Yeah, so when you went to Chelsea, obviously Chelsea, big club, but with all the facilities, etc. But I think I can recall they weren't doing as well as maybe they had backing, So I remember Arsenal, the team always dominating.
Yeah.
Arsenal was the ones to beat. So being at Chelsea, how was that, seeing the rise of how the team would do, and they ended up getting to FA WSL trophy?
Yeah, I think, as I was saying before, like the backing and the growth of the women's team of the club will take a long time. It's not just going to happen in one season.
Mm,
I think Arsenal always used to be a force in women's football. I think that's just because they were so well known.
yeah,
And everyone always used to want to play for Arsenal women because they were the best of the best. But as soon as women's football got bigger and other clubs started to come into the league, etc., and start to become a force, I mean, the whole time I was at Chelsea, they were growing each year. When I first signed pro at Chelsea, I remember seeing the 9-year-old boys walking out with their lunch, and we didn't get lunch.
really.
A 9-year-old kid is getting lunch, and I'm a first team player, and I'm not getting a lunch. It was literally.
Here at FOOTY 258, we're proud to present you with the best football specific content. We work with many companies and many ballers to give you, the viewers, the best content possible. You, the viewer, we're always looking to help you improve your skill set. In order for you to improve your skill set and for us to keep making these videos, please click the link down below and buy some equipment. The equipment helps us run this channel, and also you subscribing to the channel helps us producing more of these videos to help you with your skill set and your knowledge of the game. Thank you for supporting FOOTY 258.
Ridiculous, and obviously now look at them, like they've just won the league, they won the Continental Cup, like they've got a building that's just been built for them, I think a couple of years ago, and their facilities are mad. So yeah, that's how long's that been? Maybe 7 or 8 years it's taken them to get this far.
Yeah,
So,
it's a long process. Yeah. Well, that's obviously the politics side of football, and something that you can't control. But obviously, something that you can control is just you doing your best and working your way forward. So, talk about how it was to represent England. I think you made your first debut at under-17s, was it?
yeah, so my first competitive debut was under 17s. I first got called up when I was 14, but obviously everyone loves to play for their country, so
Yeah.
I don't have anything that beats that feeling. And going to official tournaments, and it's like going with your best friends as well. Like some of my friends, my closest friends, all who I grew up with. So it's things you'll never forget, and you learn from it. I learned so much from going away. I mean, it's different in men's football because when you're growing up, you leave home so early because they put you in digs, or like the funding is completely different. So you can move away and not be with your family because the club will support you. But with women's football, I think you kind of really are at home until you're old enough to grow up and get your own place, or the club is financially backed enough to have housing. So when you go away with England for 3 or 4 weeks to a Euros or to prepare for a World Cup, you're off away from your family for 4 weeks, which is something you're not used to. So you learn so much. But then you also make really good friends, which is great.
It's like going away on a school trip, when you're in school, and you don't really get those experiences too often. But speak on some of those experiences. Maybe some countries you played against, and also some memorable times, maybe with some of your friends. Any funny moments?
I think one that stands out for me is when we went to LA with England.
Wow, LA. Wow, I've never been there.
Honestly, it was
Jealous.
a joke. And like, this is times where we were only really going to Northern Ireland or like Scotland. We weren't really going anywhere far. We were like 18, 19. And I just remember I was studying for my A levels at the time, and all my friends were like, "Where are you going?" I was like, "Oh, I'm going to LA," and I'm dropping it in like it's casual. And they're like, "What?" I'm going to LA, and they're like, "Who are you going there with?" Like we've got like school, and I was like, "I'm going with England," like, and it was just like when you look back at it now, you're so lucky. But I think at the time, I didn't
Wow.
really like take in where I was going, who I was going with. Like, I went to Tokyo with Chelsea, which was also mad.
That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, some of the places we've been to is incredible. So yeah,
Carry
I
on,
mean,
carry on. Keep making me
I'm
jealous.
dropping in like. I mean, do you know what? All these places are so far away, but I think the actual nicest place I've been to is Israel.
Wow, yeah, that's a country where it's like very much do I say it's like seems like the earth was made there. You know what I mean? Those kind of countries like that.
It is literally like beautiful.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go is so nice. The food is unbelievable. The people are so nice. But I would have never thought to go to Israel. But obviously now I'll go back for a holiday. But at the time I was just going with football. But I mean, I've made good friends from it as well. So win-win.
Yeah, must have been a great experience to go there, to be honest. So you spoke about playing for England, and you just touched on A levels. So how was that like doing A levels while playing and focusing on football? How was that?
I'm not gonna lie, it was stressful. It was stress. When we go away, like England would dedicate time for you to study. So in the schedule,
Yeah, I
there'll
remember that.
be an hour or two. Yeah, you probably know what it's like, but do you actually do it? No, you just like want to chill with your
Yeah.
friends,
Hmm.
have a laugh. And I found it hard to actually do the work while trying to balance like football and having a life. Because when you're 17, 18, like you're just coming into exciting times of life as well. And I'm
Yeah.
sure in it's even harder to get distracted, but yeah, it's hard to balance. You're just turning into like a proper adult, going out and having fun with your pals, A
Exactly.
level,
Yeah.
and being a professional footballer. And it doesn't really help that my mum's like really, really educational. So
Hmm.
she's always on my back about work and whatever. But I came out all right. Can't moan.
That's what it looks like, to be honest. You're playing professionally now, and at a great club, and also you have A levels behind you. Obviously,
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to share what you got or anything like that, but at least
Uh,
you completed it.
you know what? If I didn't get what I did, I don't think I would have remembered. The only reason I remember what I get is because it spells babe. And I'm always
Really?
like, oh, wow, what you achieved. Like, I always joke with my mates. Like, that's the only reason I would remember. Otherwise, I don't think I'd remember. And the worst thing about it is, I got an E in my PE, and that's supposed to be like my element.
Listen, I got in PE. I think I got a C. I got a C in PE. So it goes to show you that, like, okay, we're gonna smash.
I got an E.
I know, but like I think I got a, because it's two-sided, right? You do physical. Well, when
And
I was in GCS, yeah, you do physical and then you do the like what's the other side called? Of course, it's called
like the theory, practical theory.
yeah, theory, exactly. So in the theory, I got really bad as well. That's why it balanced out. So I got an A in physical, and like I probably got like a E, maybe a F in theory.
Honestly,
So
that's good. That's impressive because I luckily got full marks in my practical, and I think I got like not even a U. I don't think my theory was like, I don't think I even got like 5 marks. I remember my PE teacher like, what were you doing? And the worst thing
yeah.
about it, I came out of that exam going, oh, that was very easy.
But the thing is, I reckon now that you're pro and you know the game a lot better, you probably get better marks than that. But when you're in school, when you're young, and like things like that, like you're not really bothered about like what muscle is that and
Yeah.
everything like that, right? Yeah,
I think
exactly.
I was a bit immature at school. I think if I went back now, I'd be like, right, okay, like you do this every day, fix up and do it properly. I think I just
Yeah,
thought
exactly.
I think I thought probably, oh, I play football, I know all this anyway. And I probably
Hmm.
just wrote complete wrong thing. I mean, it clearly went wrong somewhere, because to get an E is embarrassing. But
Well, listen,
what
you got 2 B's and an A, so you did good. You did good.
For more content like this, like, share, and subscribe.